Today we are talking about sedulous wardrobe stewardship. Now I know that that's a very big term, so let me break it down for you. It would actually be traditionally called wardrobe management, but as a noun, I don't really like the word management. To me, and here's Mac, he's just come here to say hello. So management to me is a term that means to be careful, to actually monitor everything, to plan and to organize. And instead of having what I do here with management as a noun, I thought I would encapsulate all of those terms into the adjective. So when I stumbled across the word sedulous, that really encapsulated what management means. So sedulous means being particular, being meticulous, and being very careful. And I thought that is really the approach that I take to my wardrobe. Wardrobe is obviously clothes, shoes, bags, accessories, everything that we have to make a complete outfit, as well as the hanging space, the hangers, the shoe boxes, all of the hardware, as well as what we put on our bodies. So then stewardship. I thought to me that stewardship as a noun was just a far better term, and it really had a bigger picture than management did. Stewardship refers to being a custodian, and that is actually how I feel about my wardrobe. I have resources in my wardrobe, and these resources are from the earth, from people's artistry, from people's workmanship. They cost both time and money to put together, and they have been carefully curated. And with stewardship, it is really a part of a bigger picture. It's not just micromanaging something, but it really is a part of a much bigger picture. So I have a long-term view with my clothes. I do actually keep them for a long time. I look for quality, and then I look after them, and I expect them to last a long time. So that is how the term sedulous wardrobe stewardship came about. It'll catch on. So the first thing you need to consider is cost per wear. And this is worked out by a mathematical formula, which is the cost of the item divided by the number of times that you wear it. So I aim for $1 a wear, and that is actually a guiding principle when I'm even purchasing an item. I think to myself, will I wear it this many times? And sometimes I think no, and then I put it back. But then if I do actually think, no, I will, then I will actually bring it home. And then I aim to do that. I really do work diligently at making sure that my cost per wear is $1 or less. So what I do to monitor that and to keep myself honest is I have bought a box of tickets. These are from Aptly, and I will link them below. And then what I do is I hang this sticker, and then what I do is I then write all of the details on this sticker. So the cost of the item, a brief description of it, the year that I bought it in, and then on the other side I have the number of wears, and then I take a tally system of every time I wear the item, and then I just stick it over the hanger of the item. When I pack away my out of season clothes, I put all of these tags in a bag, so I know that when I am regenerating my wardrobe and I'm bringing in my out of season clothes out of storage, then I look for the tag in this bag. I do the same with shoes. I store them in these transparent shoe boxes, which I will talk to you about in a little bit. And then I do the same with the shoes. And then I keep a tally as I'm going along. So these shoes cost me $90, and I've worn them 12 times. So knowing my inventory in my wardrobe really does help me when I'm planning purchases. And an example of planned purchases would be these two bags here. I knew that I wanted a neutral bag, and for me, pale pink is a neutral. and it was a colour that was missing from my wardrobe. So I intentionally went out looking to see if I could find a pale pink bag, but I just didn't want any old one. So this one here, PG, was actually sourced from a consignment store. It is actually designer, but I got it at a fraction of the retail price. It's leather, it's a beautiful trapezoid shape, it's a really good size, it's just magnificent. And because it's got the few tones of pink, it's so versatile. I have worn this so much. And then this bag here is from Oriton. It's a little bit smaller and it's obviously rectangular, so it's got a completely different shape. So I don't even confuse the two bags together. I literally think one or the other and it's really definite. But the colour is definitely a colour that I use a lot of, and to me it's one of my neutrals. But both of these were planned purchases. I was very intentional when I was looking and then when I found them. And planning these purchases and having high quality doesn't mean spending a fortune. I didn't pay full price for either of these bags. And because now I've got them, it's almost like that is now locked. That position is filled and I'm no longer looking for neutral bags. Now, taking care of all of the items that I buy when they come home into my wardrobe, that is actually where the stewardship comes into play. So I have a whole series of equipment that helps me to do that. First of all, I have a button box here. And in this kit, I have threads, needles, scissors, a quick unpick, spare buttons. I've pretty much got everything that I need. I also have a little hacks tin. It's teeny tiny. It doesn't have a lot in it. It's really helpful in just adjusting my outfit from time to time. So I have some clear elastics, which is really good for putting around belt loops. I have some elastic bands, which are really good for rolling up sleeves. And I have some safety pins. And that's just a wonderful little kit just to help me to adjust any items that I need to help me to style them and put them together. Of course, everybody knows what an iron is, and I do have an iron, but a steamer is a wonderful addition. Some fabrics, such as silk and even some very well-made polyesters, they don't respond very well to irons and it's very hard to get the temperature right. But with a steamer, because it only goes to about 120 degrees, it can't get as hot as the metal plate on an iron does, so it won't damage the fabric. And I was skeptical too, but a steamer really does work. You can visibly watch the wrinkles just disappear. But when you've got some really fine items, even silk, a steamer is wonderful and it's a lot quicker. The whole process is a lot quicker. And then I've got this little device, which is from Philips, and it is really good for removing all of the balls that appear on woolen items. So it basically just shaves off all of those. You just turn it on. It won't damage the item, but it will actually just get rid of those little balls that appear on the woolen fabrics, even t-shirts, and keeping everything looking really good. And then I've got my shoe care kit, and in here I have a lot of leather conditioners, leather cleaners. I do have a cloth as well and some brushes, but this is just a wonderful little dedicated kit. And regularly from time to time, probably about once every 3 months, I sit down, put Netflix on, watch a 2-hour movie, and then I just clean my shoes and bags. Now, after you've done that, you do need to let them air dry for a little while. So it does require maybe overnight having them out. But as long as you're okay with that, and if you do have enough space, then it's fine. So 2 things that I have found is to get the right hangers for your items, fit to purpose, and also 1 item per hanger. So what I have found is these wonderful velour coated hangers. They're very thin, so they don't take up a lot of space in your wardrobe, And because they have the velvet, they actually provide a bit of friction so your item doesn't slip off the hanger. What I've also got is these hooks. So then I can then cascade a whole lot of them. So then I'm using my vertical space, which is usually in abundance, and then I'm not using a lot of horizontal space, which is normally in limited supply. And then for skirts and pants or trousers, I then use these hangers, which have got the same. They've got the hooks. These are just wonderful hangers. They are just so sturdy and long lasting, and I just think that they're fabulous. So by actually doing this, I can save a lot of space in my wardrobe, and then I know that every item has got its dedicated hanger, and it makes it really easy to see a whole lot of items when you can see them all hanging vertically like this. Now, I also pack away my out of season clothes, but I actually have a ritual of probably about every 6 weeks, even mid-season, I might just start to transition some items away, more for variety than anything else. And then definitely every 3 months, I then do a big changeover. And it sort of gives me a little bit like a capsule wardrobe. I can assure you I do not have a capsule wardrobe. I probably have 4 times a capsule wardrobe. But by not having every item that I have to process through every time I get dressed, it really does make getting dressed a lot easier. And I find too that then when I'm changing over, when I'm doing my seasonal changeover, then I actually am pleasantly surprised that I've got new items that I haven't seen for a while. Before I pack them away, I do make sure that they are thoroughly cleaned, all stains are removed, and I even iron them as well, so that then any creases that come about from the washing are not actually then built in when they're stored away. So this is a man's pants hanger or trousers hanger, and it's just wonderful. I have them all pre-ironed and folded, and then it just lifts up like this. I do actually have 3 of these, and I loosely keep them in color ranges. Of course, when life gets busy, they don't always stay in that way, but I can see at a glance all of my scarves, and this is just a wonderful device. I'm really happy that I've discovered it, and I will have it listed below. A few years ago, I changed over to these transparent shoe boxes, and this is just wonderful. I really like the concept of this. I must admit that this particular type of shoe box I'm not that happy with, and I am on the lookout for a better quality one. I think there are some now that you open them at this end, which I think is wonderful. What I don't like about these shoe boxes is that the lid can sometimes get caught. They're great for stacking, but when I am actually looking for things, it does become a little bit of a bother. So that is something that I am working on in replacing. But I think these cost me something like $30 for the 50. So, and that was about 5 or 6 years ago. So they basically cost me nothing. I did have to assemble them myself, which was a little bit of a bother. But I think also because I invested so much time in making them, I just don't really want to replace them just yet. But they are all the same size. They stack really easily. And then in my wardrobes, I can actually store them 2 deep. So then my out of season ones are behind, and then my current season ones are in front. They have some ventilation holes as well, which is really important for shoes. Silica gel patch. And if ever you do any online shopping as well, usually every item comes with a little gel patch. So I just put that in with a pair of shoes as well, and then that just absorbs any odors. From time to time, I also just air everything out, let everything out overnight, just so that then any odors can then just disappear. But yeah, shoe boxes are just a great way of storing shoes, and it's easy to look at what's inside. I saw this hack a few years ago, and it is just genius. When I was in the process of changing over my skirt hangers from my old type of skirt hanger to my more recent one, then I kept my old skirt hangers, and then I hang my boots from a rail. It's just genius. So then you let gravity do the work, and these boots are keeping their shape. They're all out of the way, but this has just been a wonderful trick. Now, when it comes to jumpers, I do not recommend that you hang them on hangers because gravity will actually go to work as it works 24/7. So what I do is I actually fold my jumpers away neatly in a drawer. I do make sure that I've got my absorbent sachets in there as well. And then when I'm ready to wear my jumper, usually if I plan my outfit the night before, I just put it on a hanger. And by the morning, most of the creases have come out. It might just need a quick steam. I do the same with t-shirts as well. They are folded. Now I've come across this flat folding method, which after years of trying different things, I have actually stumbled across this one. I don't like the Marie Kondo rolling because you do end up with a lot more creases in your t-shirts and jumpers than you normally would. So I have actually found that the folding is the best. And I think because when you've got a stack of say 3 or 4, just the weight of each of them will actually even help to keep everything really flat. So this is the method that I found after a lot of trial and error that does actually work best for both storing and then for actually wearing the jumper and the t-shirt afterwards. And then I still have my tags. I keep them in this little container here. So then every jumper has actually got the information on the tags, but it's all contained in this little container in the same drawer that I fold my jumpers in. So this is an outfit of the day hook, and this has been revolutionary. When I come home at the end of every day, I pack away everything. If anything needs to be washed, then I put it in the wash. I carefully put every item away, and then I do my inventory. I do my tally of what I've worn that day on my tags, and then I get ready for the next day. This hook here is hanging over my shower, and then it's got 2 hooks here, as you can see, and then I just hang my next day's outfit. And it really is a wonderful way to then plan ahead. So then when I get up the next morning, I just do as I'm told and I just put on that outfit. But it really is a great way to assemble an outfit together and then to keep it there, and then you're prepared ahead of time. And it really does making getting ready in the morning so much easier. There you go. That is how I conduct my sedulous wardrobe stewardship. I do hope that you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. Please comment below if you have any other suggestions of how we can all have sedulous wardrobe stewardship. If you like my content and you want to see more, please like and subscribe and turn on all notifications, and then share one of my videos with a friend. I do hope that you will join me next week, and we're going to be looking at vintage fine.